you know about Canadians, okay? Don't believe what you read in the news. I don't know what that is, actually. They just say that we're like really super nice people, which we are compared to a lot of places. And we're super polite, but don't get it twisted. If you mess with me, you won't get hurt. No, I'm joking. California's in the house. Welcome. Hey, what's up? All right. Let's wheel it out the track. Wheel out. You know how I like to wheel out the track. So I hope you've got your notepad, your water, your coffee, whatever it is you need to be here and get the juice today. Yes. I want to talk to you a little bit as we get started about this cup, okay? So because these are the reusable cups from Starbucks. See? They're actually plastic. And you get like 10 cents off when you use this versus using their cups. So yes, it's a great thing to invest in. I mean, yes, you get 10 cents off each coffee. If you drink at Starbucks a lot, that adds up. One. But I just love, like, I get a lot of feelings and sentiment around Starbucks, about holding Starbucks in my hand. I have memories of Starbucks. Like, I'm a Starbucks gal. And this all comes full circle. This is about branding, right? Like, Starbucks has created a foothold in my brain to associate good coffee, curated service, and productivity with their brand. Can you believe that? So I got this cup because I saw it there at the register, and I was like, well, I mean, yes, you get to save the environment. You don't need tons. I mean, if you drink enough coffee, you don't need to put all those cups in the world. And I was like, and I can take it home with me. I was like, I can have Starbucks at home. I know, and I make a badass coffee, okay? So you guys know I'm all about my bulletproof coffee. If you want that recipe, I use 4 Sigmatic coffee, which is mushroom coffee with cinnamon, nutmeg, a teaspoon of coconut oil, MCT oil, and a teaspoon of ghee, which is clarified butter. You blend that all up. It makes it frothy and delicious. And that's what I drink every day, every morning. So I don't advise you drinking that with a whole bunch of like croissant and food on the side. That is not going to work. You will get fat. So this is a meal replacement. Okay, so that's just a little bit. That's just so you get to know me. My name is Monique Bryan. I live in Canada, Toronto, as I was saying, and I help you with your personal branding. That's what I do. Personal brand coach. That's me. Thank you. You like my glasses? Thank you so much. I got them on Zulu through an Instagram ad. So again, Instagram knows what they're doing. They're advertising to the right people. They're doing it correct because I'm buying stuff. I'm laying in my bed, scrolling, buying stuff I don't know if I need. But I'm telling you, these are my jam. Now you guys know me through the glasses because this is what I'm always wearing. The coffee is 4 Sigmatic. So FOURSIGMATIC. That's 4 Sigmatic coffee, and it's online. And if you use the promo code SUNNY, SUNNY, you get 15% off, and they deliver it to your door. And it's good for you. And there's no highs and no crashes, and keeps you super focused. I love it. They have different coffees for different things, but I love the lion's mane coffee with the lion's mane in it because it's for concentration and to keep you laser focused and creativity. So get on that. So today we are going to talk about, are you building a juicy brand? And you know my philosophy. If it ain't juicy and delicious, do not do it. Do something else. That's all I have to say about that. Because life is too short, 1. And 2, there are so many people out there doing exactly what you're doing. If you don't know how to stand out, if you don't figure out a way to really curate your messaging so it's unique to your audience, then you will get lost in the crowd. Okay. Hey, Nicole, what's up? Welcome. Nicole O'Salmon is in the house. Can you order in Africa? I don't know. But I would go on, if you DM me after, I can send you the link to their website and you can definitely inquire. Or if you know anybody who's on this side of the world and can bring it with them when they come visit, That's another thing you can do. So you guys may or may not know, but I have a Are You Building a Juicy, Delicious Brand quiz you can take to see where you are on the scale. And some of you may be thinking, well, I definitely know I'm not building a juicy brand yet, so why would I take the quiz? Because with each quiz, with each results, when you get your results from the quiz, and it will put you in one of 3 categories, I give you tools on how to bump up your brand. Things, actions you can take today to juice up your brand. So take the quiz. You can go on my website, moniquebryan.com. It's free. You just log in. It's right there. It's at the bar at the top. Are you building a juicy brand? You can click on that. It takes you right to the quiz. Or you can, if you enter your email, you get the quiz and it goes directly to you. And then automatically you will get the results. And it's a very short quiz. It's like 5 minutes. And you will get a step-by-step on how to juice up your brand, no matter where you're at. Even if you think you are building the bomb-ass brand, I've got some tools that you can go and use. Okay, so I really encourage everybody to go and take the quiz, because here's the thing. If you take the quiz and you screenshot your results and you tag me, you will be entered to win a free 30-minute consultation with myself. Okay, so that is what I'm doing for the rest of the month. You've got to take the quiz, screenshot your results, tag me on Instagram. When you got to post it on Instagram, obviously, to tag me on your stories, tag me, and I will enter you in to win a 30-minute free consult, and I will give you your consultation by the end of January. Yes, so let's get into it. So today I want to talk about how you can audit your own brand yourself and start cleaning up your digital house. Okay? Clean up your digital house. So I'm going to take you through a list of things, the questions you can ask yourself, actions you can take. That's what today is going to be about. So there's this exercise. First of all, the number 1 exercise you need to be doing is Googling yourself. So the first thing everyone needs to do after this, or if you have a computer nearby, is Google your name or Google your company and see what comes up. Because you are whoever Google says you are. So I'm going to do that right now with myself. I'm going to go into Google and I'm going to put in Monique Bryan. Now, I spent a lot of time with my brand, building my brand, because only, 2 years ago, you would put in Monique Bryan and some other woman's name, not in my country, in the US, would come up, and she was a doctor for, I don't know, something that was not cute. And I was like, oh my God, if that's what people put up, that's what they're gonna find. How do I get rid of that? So the great thing is you can always update your brand online. All you need to do, or not all you need to do because it's easy or it's simple, but it's not necessarily easy if you don't think you have lots of time, is you need to be putting out more content. What happens is that old content gets pushed to the bottom, no one finds it, or pushed to the other pages and nobody finds it, and you get put at the forefront. What's up? Pat's in the house and LaToya is in the house. Welcome, ladies. Right? So right when it comes up, the first thing that comes up is my brand, my website. I help women build their personal brands so they can position themselves as an expert and level up their brand online and offline. Love it. Then the next thing that comes up is my about, then images, then my Facebook, then a workshop that I did, then my LinkedIn. All of these things are coming up. First page is all about Monique. Okay, Monique is coming up lovely. Okay, so that's what you guys want. All right, that's exactly what you guys want. You want your first page of Google to be all about you. Nicole says, I've heard depending on how it got there, you can request it to be removed. You can request it to be removed. I don't know who, if you ask Google or if you ask the person who put it up there, I have no idea. I've had people who've done interviews in the past and they still show up on YouTube and they show up places and they've actually asked the person who's done the interview to please bring it down, and they won't bring it down because it helps their brand. And it's a lot easier to just put out great content than to try and get something taken down, right? Just put up great content, one. And then if you have stuff in the past that you don't want to be seen, you just need to be putting out lots of content. So it disappears to the later pages, because really, guys, nobody even goes on the second or third page. Does anyone go? I want you to give me a hands up if you go to the third and fourth page, maybe the second, or the third or fourth page of Google ever. I want to know. So back to how you can get your stuff in order. So these are the questions I want you to be asking yourself around what you've been doing with your brand. Okay? Get your pens out. Good. So number one, and some of these will seem very simplistic, guys, but I guarantee a lot of you are not doing it. Okay? So I know you're going to have this conversation. I'm going to say something, you're like, Monique, I know that already. Good. All right? Good. For those of you who don't know, it'll be new. For those of you who do know, I hope you practice in what you preach. Okay? Number one is, do you have a professional headshot? Everywhere on all of your platforms. LaToya, I'm talking to you too, girl, because you and I are talking in a few hours. Professional headshot. Now, if you are a selfie queen and you know how to take great selfies, great. But then I would beg the question, are they clear? Is it vibrant? Does it showcase you? And please, oh, this is a big one for me. Does it look like you today? Do you know how many times I will meet somebody, I have them following me on Instagram, we have conversations, then I meet them in person and their profile picture, I don't know who they are because their profile picture don't look nothing like them. And I mean, like, ladies, however you want to wear your hair, I am all about that. But if you've got this big giant weave on your profile picture and I meet you and you ain't got no big giant weave, it's going to throw me off. Not just me, other people. There's people who you follow who consistently, you can be like, yes, I recognize you. You're recognizable. You want to be recognizable. You want people to be like, I know we love to switch up our hair, ladies. We love to switch up our look, things like that. But if you don't look anything like your profile picture across the board, it is confusing for people. It is confusing. You want them to be like, so I used to have hair, right? Lots more hair, bro hockey, things going on. And I have some great photos from when I had hair. And I wanted to use them in different settings. And I realized, I'm like, people look at them and they're like, oh, that's so strange. You used to have hair. Like, it's cool, but I like how your hair is now. Meanwhile, I don't know if they ever would have said that had they not seen how I am now. But let's not confuse them, right? You want to always be recognizable. So professional photo that is recognizable across your platforms. Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook. If you have a website, that goes without saying. But that little round thing, if you can put a face there versus your logo versus anything else, that is whatever you want people to recognize you as, that's what you want there. That's what you want. All right? Okay, good. LaToya is saying, I switch my hair up every 3 months. Then you got to switch your pictures up. You better get real good with the selfies then, girl. Get good with the selfies. Okay. So the next thing is your bio consistent and clear across all of your platforms? All of your platforms. So does your Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, we'll just use those as examples, say the same thing? Say the same thing. And they don't have to be exact, like verbatim, but people need to understand who you are and how can you help me. That's all it's about. It's only about them, right? How can you help me in what I'm doing? Why does it matter what you're saying that you do, right? All of these things that we're doing, guys, I will assert that it has to do with getting new business, getting new clients, or looking for new opportunities, right? So your bio has to be clear. It can't just be like, oh, I like dogs, puppies, the Lord, and my man, and I help you. So a lot of people don't even say what they help with. And I like to travel. Meanwhile, they're like, why aren't I getting any new clients? Why aren't I getting any new business? It's like, ain't nobody care about all that stuff. You can put 1 or 2 things if you've got the space, but the most clarity will trump all of that flowery, wonderful, cutie language any day. Just tell people what you want them to do, who you help, and why they should now take an action. Call to action. What do you want them to do? You want them to book an appointment? You want them to visit your website? You want them to take the quiz? What do you want them to do? And why should they give a blinking damn? Is it juicy? Like, if you got a group of friends, and sometimes we can't always recognize our own juice, right? Steph is shaking her head. Nicole is saying, no, they don't. They're not all consistent. Welcome to everyone who's joining. If you don't know how to see the juice in what you do, and we don't all have that gift, right? If we all had that gift, I would be out of business. But you got a group of friends, right? Even if there's 3 of you guys, audit each other. Audit each other. Be like, ladies, let's sit down. And be like totally transparent. Take the criticism, constructive criticism. I love you, but here's the thing. I don't get no butterflies when I look at what you're doing. Like, it's not exciting to me. This is not juicy. Ask yourself, is this juicy? If it's not juicy, there's an issue. There's got to be some oomph about it. What is a reasonable cost for headshots? So it depends, right? Like, you could get, guys, these don't have to be like Beyonce types headshots, right? Unless it's on your website, that's different, right? Because when you want to think about it, you've got like the icon. Okay, let me backtrack, because you don't want to spend money to just take headshot pictures for your profile on Instagram or something, right? It's too small for the investment. So let me backtrack. You could hire a student, like not in their first year, maybe they're in their 3rd year of doing photography. Look at people who are doing it as a hobby. Look at their portfolio. The thing about headshots is you don't need to spend thousands of dollars on them at this stage of the game, right? Like later, if you want lifestyle shots and you need to be on location and all that stuff, nah, you don't need to do any of that. You could get a photographer. So I have someone I can call on $250 for 3 hours, and she'll shoot whatever I want, right? So that, and I can use those photos. You want to think about the investment you're making, because if you had 3 hours, right? 1 outfit or 2 outfit changes, and not even a full outfit, but like an upper body change, a few poses, you could use those for the next quarter. So think about that type of investment. So I would say, if you found somebody who does it, who's, I'm not talking about people who've got like 10,000 followers, guys. Like, you want to be like, who has like under 1,000 followers? You can see they're trying to do something with their photography. Ask them what their rates are. Do they have a studio? Do they rent a studio? Is there a place you could go that's not a studio, that doesn't cost you to go take some photos? Is there a really cute cafe, or could you do it in your house? Do you have somewhere? Guys, it's all about the lighting. Lighting is essential. And then you want to practice your poses, right? You want to figure out what's the best color on. If you can wear your brand color, like Nicole Salmon can attest to this. If you can wear your brand color in the photo, even better. It'll just translate from situation to situation. And you can use these, like, who knows how long you can use these for, right? So I would say $300 minimum. You maybe get it for $150. Like, really, guys, like my cousin, she doesn't do photography anymore, but she's my little cousin. She is wicked with the camera. These young kids are wicked with the camera. For $100 in a meal, she took some photos I used for like 6 months. Okay, $100 in a meal, right? And she was good with it, right? Okay, so the next thing. So we've got professional headshots, consistent bio across your platforms. Do you explain what you do and who you help in a few sentences? It's like, one, do you explain that in your bio, profile, anything that can be found about you? But more importantly, can you do that in person? When someone meets you, can you tell them quick, few sentences, this is what I do. I help women build, I can't even say it myself. I help women build out their personal brand so they can pitch with confidence. That's one thing I say. And you want to try different things. I've got a lot of different ones I use, but it all comes back to personal branding, right? You are whoever Google says you are. So I help you clean up your digital house, right? And this took time. This took time. I didn't just come up with this overnight. This took many iterations of it, many, before I was like, yes, that's what I want to say in a very short period of time. Then you can build it out from there. Nicole is all about the rose gold through and through. Yes, I love Nicole for that. And Nicole, you know, I know you busy out there doing work, but I'd love to see some new photos of you, you know? I'd like to see some new ones. I don't know if that's on your list, but I'd like to see some new, like, badass, you and your rose gold, you and everything. And another thing you guys can do is get together with some other people who need really great photos and like share the photographer, share the space, and do that together. I walk around my house with a recorder practicing. Love that, love that. You just worked on this the other day. Yes, that introduction piece, guys, is so key, right? We've got 3 seconds to make an impression. We really do. I think it went from like 6 to 3 now. So one, they're looking at you. So what is all of this saying? Guys, you got, like, I don't want to get superficial on you, but you guys have made a decision about me the minute you see me, right? So that's just facts. If they see you for the first time, they've made their decision. Then it's when you open your mouth, what are you saying? What is being said that people are like, okay, all right, good. Next thing, okay, so I'm going to talk specifically to Instagram. I'm going to say it because you are all here on Instagram. Hey, Mel, what's up? Instagram, your top 9 boxes on Instagram, on your Instagram feed, just the feed, is a bio. It's a portfolio. So you want to really look at it as your personal blog. That is one thing I advise all of my clients. Your first 9 boxes, that's what people look at. They may scroll down if they're really creeping you, but those top 9 boxes are what people have decided about you. So your caption's got to be good. Your photos got to be good. It can't be caca. Guys, please. So I want you after this, 1, to Google yourself, 2, to look at your top 9 boxes. What are your 9 boxes saying about you? And if you don't know, ask your friend to audit it and be like, what are your top 9 boxes saying about you? Girl, I do not know. It doesn't tell me what you do, who you help. It doesn't give me an insight to you, and it's like that know, like, and trust. You're building that in 9 boxes. And think about it. You're not speaking to the person. So they got to be good. They got to be good. The next thing is, do you have a blog or a website where you're branding yourself as an expert in your industry? So for anybody who's just joining, we are talking about how you can start building a juicy brand right now and audit yourself. This is a self-audit of your brand. So you may have a brand, you may have a business website, but if you have a business website, you also need a personal website. Guys, I'm saying this today in 2019, a few years from now, maybe sooner than we think, your personal brand is going to be more important than anything else that you have. Anything else that you have. Because it's going to be the thing that can have you stand out from the rest when everyone's doing the same blinking thing. So you want to have a website which features you, talks about you, where people can easily find out who you are. For that, you'll need a headshot. You don't need tons of pages. You need an about, what you do, who you are, how to contact, and what you want them to do now that they're here. Do you want to be booked for speaking? Do you want to collaborate? Do you want them to come back and visit your blog, or do you want to point them to your business? You need to have your own personal website, so you need to buy your domain name. Otherwise, someone else will have it. Buy your domain name. I was lucky my domain name, because I changed my name when I got married 2 years ago. 3 years ago now. I was lucky it was available, right? Someone else may have it. So do that after you get off here. The next thing is your LinkedIn up to date with your most recent accomplishments? Guys, sometimes we leave LinkedIn and it's like that lone thing like Twitter. We're like, oh, no one's on LinkedIn. We're entrepreneurs now. God, I have learned so much about Twitter. I mean, so much, well, Twitter too, but so much about LinkedIn in the last 6 months that I was that person. I was not updating LinkedIn. I was not using it as a tool. Guys, this is a tool. This is a free advertising tool, really, where people can come and look you up. It's also one of the #1 places people go for actual business conversations and business transactions. Instagram's more fun with it, right? We fun with it. If you find somebody on LinkedIn and they message you, it's this is serious it's a different mindset when you're there, right? So you've got to be sensitive to the platform you're on. So LinkedIn is about business. We all want to be making more money. So your LinkedIn needs to be on point. If you want to partner with bigger brands later in the future, speak at events, conferences, like LinkedIn is your business profile right now. I don't know where it will be in a year from now. I'm talking about right now. So you want to go clean it up. Clean it up. Okay? LinkedIn. Twitter. I know you guys all can't be on Twitter. I know you don't like Twitter. Some people like, but that's where, if you want to do speaking, that is where media is hanging out. And I know a lot of you on here want to do speaking. Media is people who are in the media, like journalists, people looking for stories, media, news related stories are happening on Twitter. So if you are not on Twitter, I would advise you to get on there. If anything, to just find out who are the key players, who's posting, and start posting. I have like 100 people follow me on Twitter now because I started a new account just because I found this out. When I met somebody who worked at, in media, I was telling her about what I want to be doing, and she was like, well, are you on Twitter? And I'm like, no. And she was like, where do you think all the media people are? They're not to say they're not on Instagram, but their mindset is different on Twitter, right? You want to get people's like emails and contact them directly. Twitter. You heard it here. Pat saying, yes, all about the LinkedIn. Thank you. Thank you for that. Okay. The next thing is, where are we with time? Okay. We're a little bit, 3 minutes. Is every picture of you online is a selfie? So this takes us back to the professional headshot. If every single picture of you online is you taking a selfie, it's time to invest to go get some photos taken. You've just got to invest and do it. If this is your business and you are serious about building your brand, you've got to go take professional photos. You can't be selfie queen in it all. I still believe you need to be a selfie queen because we can't afford to be hiring people every 5 minutes. I wish I had someone follow me around with a camera and a videographer. By the way, if you know anybody, I am hiring an intern / assistant / social media person. Hit me up about that. So selfies, you need to be good at them. However, every photo of you online cannot be of that. Next thing. Okay, this is where I'll leave you. The last one for today is, can you answer this question? What word or words do you want to own in the mind of your consumer? What are they? What do you want your name to be associated with when people think of you? This is huge because this is you declaring that this is what you're building. So if I say personal branding, I got to be Monique, personal branding. I want people to think, when they think personal branding, they think Monique. Personal branding, they think Monique. That takes work. That means you now curate your content, your captions, your opportunities, your goals towards owning that space. You've got to become a player in the space you want to play in, right? So if you want to be massage, there's a masseuse on here. Is it masseuse that you want to be known, or is it wellness? You know what I mean? Like Latoya, you and I are going to talk about all this when we come off, right? But where do you want to be known? So Nicole is purpose and clarity. So purpose is about finding your purpose and you being the coach. So purpose coach, right? Clarity. So clarity is a hard one for me. Clarity as a concept people get, right? I want clarity around, but clarity in what? Clarity in their purpose. So I would just say clarity in their purpose. Because clarity can be interpreted in a lot of ways. Clarity around what? And you guys want to get super niche. You want to get super specific because there's so much noise. There are so many options for people. What are you going to be known for? Mobile app that connects users to specialty hairstylists, hair products, and other men or women based on their hair type and texture. Nice. So I'm the founder of, yes. Why are you telling us that, App Finder? Are you promoting yourself, or are you telling us this is how you want to be known? You launched in 2019. That's awesome. That's awesome. So, yes, what words do you want to own in the mind of your consumer? So, creative grace, you're saying tech innovator. So again, for me, I'm like, amazing. In what space? Tech innovator. Like, not in one space. It's tech, right? But what does that mean? Tech, innovating tech in what way? That's very broad, right? So in what way do you want to be an innovator in tech? So you guys want to get like super granular. What is that thing? So you just can put yourself over here while everyone else is talking the same language. What do you want to be doing? So even when I say personal branding, people are like, well, other people do personal branding. They do, right? And that's a challenge for me, because before it was business coach. There's a lot of business coaches out there. So what do I want to focus on as a business coach? I want to focus on your personal brand around your business. So you could be the face of your business. You could have a 9-to-5, but you're a business professional and you're looking to build your online presence. So you're open. So when those new opportunities do come around, you have a curated experience online, and people are very clear about who you are and what they're getting. And then there's the other piece where everybody who has ever worked with me knows we don't just tackle your business, because my belief is if your life is in shambles, we can't build you a juicy business. So we need to address some of those pieces before we dive deep. So that is the extra piece that I bring to the table as a business coach. 1, I focus on your personal brand. 2, we deal with your life. And then we deal with your business. Okay, good. All right, good. And it's constantly evolving. I have some other ideas where I'm like, wow, maybe I'll focus a little bit over here, right? Like people who want to build products around their personal brand and their business, right? Because my background is in product development, like physical products. So that's all something to happen. That's all something to be doing. Also based on the type of business words that you target. Yes. So you want to target words that are in the mind of your consumer, but just like thinking about it outside of even just like there's the industry, but then it's like, how is your customer talking about that thing in your industry? You don't want to so if there are specific words to your industry, guys, you don't want to assume that your customer is very clear on what those words are. You decide where you want to play. If you have different areas, natural hair, YouTuber, designer, t-shirts, mugs, all of that. So this is the last question we're going to take, because the Dirty 30, we are at 11:33. If you have different areas, you've got to choose. So even though you do different things, what is the message? And that's where I think we start getting fragmented and overwhelmed and tired, because we're doing so many things. It's not the changing. It's not doing, I do think you should focus on one thing. So if you're doing t-shirts, mugs, and you're a natural hair YouTuber, I would pick one that you're going to focus on, because guys, you can always do the other things, but there's only so many hours in a day. Do one thing at a time if you can, unless you are clear, I have no idea what I want to do, so I want to try all of these things, and then eliminate. But you've got to eliminate. What do you want to be known for? Do you want to be known as a t-shirt designer, mugs, or a natural hair YouTuber? You got to pick the one that you're known in first, and then you add on extra things, right? So it's just like if I wanted to do a makeup line, right? And do I do the makeup line, or and I'm a YouTuber who shows you makeup tutorials, they're in alignment, right? Because I'm showing you how to use my makeup. But I'm not doing, if I start doing t-shirts and all those things later, it's like, do I have a following to support buying these extra things? Nobody cares about that stuff, right? So you guys really want to get laser focused. Pick the one thing, build the audience, then test your new ideas and products on your existing audience. If you keep adding in things, guys, you are just going to burn out. Honestly, you're going to burn out. All right, that's it. That's all. The end.